Soul music to me is something that portrays what you are, and it digs. It can go as deep as you allow it to go. You know, and then it releases you. You know, and you feel great. Even with the problems, you say, okay, I got a handle on it now. That soul music is good for the soul. It's very simple. Gospel was very important. It was like dessert for poor people, period, just to be able to sing, and everybody in the neighborhood could sing, you know. And we sung, and my father bought us uniforms where we all had suits alike, and that really got us off into wanting to be into gospel singing. And then we ran across a gentleman by the name of Sam Cooke that had just joined a group called the Soul Stirrers, and we were like, you know, real young. I mean, I was like probably about 7, 8 years old. I was young enough that I didn't know how to stop the song, and he gave us a shot to open up the show for the Soul Stirrers, and that was like big time for us. And from that day on, we went into people like the Soul Stirrers, the Five Blind Boys, Dixie Hummingbirds, you name them, Caravans, and the list go on, Swan Silvertones, and these were all professional singers that could have did what Sam had done, but they were so committed to serving God. And matter of fact, these guys are walking around still singing today at 80 years old. You know, and it's, to me, that was like if you had an Elvis Presley for every day of the week. These guys was definitely that and more, because they had style, they had class, they had sound, something that I don't hear much today. You know, everybody starts to sound like somebody else, or they don't know who they want to be. My father prayed for 5 sons, and he wanted them to sing gospel music. And he got 5 sons, but we never let on to him that we could sing. He had a group called the Voices of Love, and they rehearsal rotate, and every Wednesday night they would come to our house to rehearse. And my mother used to make like cakes and cookies and donuts and stuff, and she'd say, look, if the guys left anything, y'all can have it. And from us being from a very poor neighborhood, that was like diamonds, like leftover food. And they never left nothing. So we became very irritated with them, and we started marking them, the way they would rehearse and the way they would sing, and actually go into the character. One day my father came home, when they left to go cut hair, he was cutting hair on the side trying to make money. And he forgot his tool bag, and he came back and he saw us singing. So he fell to the floor, oh God, you answered my prayers, you know, but boy, we was a bunch of nothing. So he said, I got 5 boys that eat me out of the house and home, they don't sing, God, what did you do, you know, and that kind of thing. And that's how we started singing. My father, like I told you, cut hair to make ends meet. He worked in the steel mill, and when he was out of the steel mill, he would cut hair on the weekends and make some odd monies. And a guy once came to him and says, told friends, his name was Friendly, he said, I have a guitar. I don't know what to do with it. And he said, well, could you use a guitar? So my father said, well, he said, well, how much is it gonna cost me? He said, well, just cut my hair for like about 3 or 4 weeks free, and we even. So he brought the guitar in, so my father said, listen, I'm gonna put this guitar here, but I don't want y'all to touch it. Don't ever touch it. You know, it's a very expensive instrument, and that was it. After a while, he didn't want us to mess with it. He just said, don't bother. So that's what he was saying, because I was always a clown. He said, don't touch it when he wasn't looking, you know. So he said, okay, I saw that, Bobby. He said, now you're going to be the first one to whoop you into the middle of next week if you touch this guitar, and you know I'll do it. So as soon as he left every day, I would pick up the guitar and practice. And we had a thing that all my brothers stood around. If a song came on the radio, you had to play that song and not miss one note. And as long as you could do that, you could keep the guitar. But as soon as you miss a note, you had to pass it. Well, that's why I was better than the rest of them, because they never got a chance to get the guitar. But one day I was out there playing, showing off for the girls, and all of a sudden the string popped and broke. And that was like the electric chair. I went into a cold sweat. So my mother said, I told you. You know, and I looked and I see my father coming. He used to walk from work, I could see him. I never knew I had the guitar upside down. Maybe I would have played it the right way, but I was always watching for Pop. So I thought, there you go, and I put it back in the case. Now, you know I had to be young. When the string broke, I asked my mother, I said, Mom, please, you're gonna kill me. What should I do? She said, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know where to get those strings at. So I said, I took the string out my shoe. So I took the string out my shoe and tied it to the wire and put it back in it, but I couldn't get it to get tight. My father could only play like 3 or 4 chords. He would play. I said, Pop, play a new song. He just changed the key, you know. So he never got a chance to practice. So when he came home, he sitting up there playing the guitar. Oh, our Father, which art in heaven. He said, who put the string on here? So I'm standing there looking at him with one string out my shoe and one string in. So he said, I want you to go get my razor strap. I told you don't play my guitar. He said, then go get me some switches. So I'm walking out there picking up these switches. I said, boy, I'm telling you, I'm going to get switches for him to beat my this song. So I come back with the switches, the razor strap, and man, I was so scared. I must have had diarrhea for weeks. You know, he said, he was a big husky guy. He said, I'm gonna make you a deal. He said, if you can play this guitar, he said, if you can play this guitar and impress me enough, he said, I won't whoop you. And he would whoop you for an hour, then fall asleep, wake up, whoop you again. So, I played Segovia, I played pop, I played rock, I played gospel, I played it this way. When I finished, he took me, and I never forget, he took me to Sears and Roebuck. He was shocked. He took me to Sears and Roebuck and bought me a new guitar and an amp. And he said, man, I don't know what I was doing telling y'all not to play it. I always wanted 5 cents. But this was like something expensive, and he wanted to keep it in the case. He figured we would tear it out. Then all my other brothers came out the world. Oh, Dad, we play too. But if I'd have died, they wouldn't have known no why. He kept their mouth shut. Makes me think of Valentinos, my brothers. The first song we recorded was Looking for a Love. And then I think it's all over now. And then the Valentinos became lovers. First woman they met, they fell in love and got married. And that was the end of the Valentinos. Go through this thing where I've written so many songs, and every time I would record a song, they said, take it to the pop side, and they said, don't fit our format. Then the Stones would cut it, it fits their format. I cut it, they did a little thing called Looking for a Love. They said, oh, the So To Me in black. But they wouldn't cross it, they said, didn't fit their format. Jay Gow's band cut it, and then went on, The Woman Gotta Have It, James Taylor. So I said, boy, cross me over. I got a book that's called Crossing Over, because I started making a joke about it. I said, okay, what do you have to be to cross over? Is it the right color, or is it having the right heart? I thought it was very interesting. It was great music. It was great music, and plus it was trying to teach this country that you already have it. We're coming back and bringing it back to you. Only thing is we're English, so it's a little different. But it's the same music. That's why you got a lot of black artists can go over there and become successful. The first time I went to Europe, the people were lying, sleeping around the hotel with their bags, and they said they've been here for 3 days. I was saying, damn, I thought the homeless situation was bad in the States. I said, this is ridiculous. They're almost in the hotel. He said, those are your fans. But it's because the States have so much of everything that they just spit it out like that. There, they cherish music. Music like the Bible. They still talking about the drifters, the coasters, and people like that, little kids. He can tell you when songs were recorded, when they were out, and they look at that and say, boy, that's great. And you look at the Beatles and look at the Stones and say, thank God for them bringing these artists over to the sound. You think we're doing it? We took this and brought this back to you because it would never been heard if they had it. It would never got this far. They'll bring these artists over, and the Stones will put many